Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Time already for game number 2. Team Secret up 1-0 after a quite dominating performance here with their strat working out perfectly in the mid-game going forward. Hippomaniacs didn't quite have what it takes to go through up against that. So far, so expected, you could say, just looking at the caliber of these teams. But Hippomaniacs, maybe they have a few extra tricks up their sleeves now. Team Secret actually banned the PA, so maybe they're gonna try another cool little strat.
Yeah, they're like, all right, this strategy works. I'm gonna ban it now so they don't take it and so that I don't be tempted on first picking it again.
Yeah.
I want to play something else, guys. No PA, I'm telling you. Nisha, no PA for you. That's it.
Nah,
Big boy, 2 meters puppy, putting the law down, man. Yeah. Dazzle banned out as well, sadly.
So it feels bad, man.
And that lone druid to heroes that I value so much in the current patch, and so do these two teams. That's why they're banning them. Maybe they should pick something like Pudge, like Virtus Pro, and perhaps we'll see Hippos win.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, Hippomaniacs, honestly, they played so well. But Morphling. Yeah. I mean, why not? It still works.
You know what you should be doing, just for the lulz? Just pick heroes that have barely been changed at all. So get like Windrunner, Leshrac, stuff like that.
just casual heroes.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just wanted to say, like, these 1 year ago exactly, I think, maybe a bit more, I play versus Team Secret in a qualifier such as this one for a major with my team that was basically maybe on a little bit better level than Hippomaniacs are right now. No offense to them, Elements, I don't know. Let's say it's a bit more popular organization in the CIS. Yep. And we play versus Secret, and that first game just reminded me so much of that. I just recalled it. Basically, the same thing happens. You crush them in the laning stage somehow. You're so hyped as a team. You know, you're playing versus Secret. Whenever you're playing versus these tier 1 teams, you want to prove yourself. You're try-harding. You somehow get to do all the right things in the laning stage. But later on, they just pull the right strings. They just do the right things, and Puppy calls the right shots, and they just outskill you and outplay you and strategically win the game.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't.
How do you even pinpoint what went wrong, or like what you could
it's
have done
hard.
better in the games like this?
I mean, for Hippomaniacs in that last game, it's super simple to pinpoint what went wrong, because even if they didn't lose at that point, they still would have lost eventually, as they had absolutely no ways of dealing with those BKBs once they're up, right? You have the axe with call, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Winter's Curse, yeah, but you have the Shadow Demon as well to help through that. I really like their opening right now. Undying and Ancient. A versus Morphling and Wisp should be the strongest hero in the game, right? A versus Wisp and Morphling basically blows them both up. You can't morph, you can't heal with Wisp. It's just a perfect pick. The only question is how strong are their lanes going to be with this A. They should be decent as long as they don't pick a too greedy core with that A. So also the problem with these two supports is that they bring 0 stuns to the game. Yeah, Chilling Touch, but Cold Feet, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you need a bit of a setup for that to really make it work, ideally from your carry position. There's not too many left, though, in that sense. Wraith King doesn't really work all the time anymore, just because the stun and slow doesn't last as long as it used to. But yeah, I mean, beyond that though, with the recent change to Chilling Touch, Ancient Apparition is still useful in the lane, even if you cannot make that Cold Feet combo work, just because you have this free harassment with like what, 50 extra damage at level 1, which is quite significant on extra range, so don't even put
it is and it isn't, right? Like I can't say that I played A in this patch because I haven't. There are many other heroes that are more fun to play right now. But A looks a little bit lackluster to me, to be honest, even with that change.
I've played it. It's actually, I mean, of course, in my bracket it's a little bit different, but
in your bracket everything works.
Yeah,
everything works down there. The trenches.
Yeah, okay. I've had a Timbersaw with me on my lane, and the other guys had no idea how to play against it. They kept running into Timbersaw, and they could just
I think that's more about the Timbersaw than about the AA.
Still, it's at least it's not completely utterly useless. So I think that
I'm confident
making that determination.
No doubt about it, especially versus Wisp Morphling.
Yeah.
As I said, it should be really good. Undying.
It's all about the ice pass, and if you land that, then no matter if you die 20 times in the laning stage, you can still have a huge impact with that.
Undying in this game isn't really perfect, though. As with Morphling, it's very easy for you to either deal with that tombstone or just steal it for yourself. So
yeah,
there's that. Overall, however, Hippomaniacs, they need some control in these fights. I really like secrets. Like I was just about to say Void, but Team Secret has already dealt with that and banned it out.
Yep.
Another hero that would be cool for Hippomaniacs and that has been changed is Beastmaster. That would be all right. Morphling is a natural Linken's builder, so that's not great, and it's kind of hard to catch him out. But you need some. Centaur has been banned. Axe hasn't been banned, however. So maybe that guy again. You have a call into AA's ult. That would be all right. I don't see a reason why not to go for that. Because there aren't really many other initiators that are left in the pool, are they?
Sand King, I guess.
Oh, Sand King is alright too. Yeah. Sand King would be cool. Another hero that heals a lot versus AA, not really perfect either. And he's squishy as well. So if this AA has a good time, a good game, and if he manages to use that ultimate properly, like he can deal with the Wisp and Morphling and the Witch Doctor. So.
It seems like Secret is just trying to send a message. Oh yeah, you picked AA, whatever. We're just gonna pick all healing heroes, and we don't care.
I mean,
like they're gonna pick Abaddon next and some shit.
Necro.
Abaddon,
like,
Necro, yeah.
Yeah. If they go for something like Necro, I'm just done. It's so bad versus the AA. At the same time, though, it would be decent versus Axe, and Axe. In this game, as we said, they needed some sort of initiation, and Axe had such a good game that last match that they choose to go that same path again.
5 seconds
but they really have to think about these last two picks properly now.
This is second actually on the side of Team Secret, so now this power is directed against Hippomaniacs. Also makes things a little bit more complicated as far as your safe lane is concerned, I would guess. Because in the right matchup, Sand King can do, can kind of dominate that lane. Certainly,
especially with the changes, with the Sandstorm being basically not a channeling spell anymore. You just cast it once and run around and hit targets. Like Sand King can have a really decent time there. Ancient Apparition, if he's dual laning, should not be able to really zone out Sand King. Shouldn't be able to do a lot to Zai Sand Kings at all, actually. So. That's going to be a very interesting lane. They need a strong core there. But what is there that you can pick? There's some Jug, perhaps, or I don't know. Like PL is trash versus Sand King.
Yeah.
Nyx isn't great either. Shouldn't work. It's difficult for them. They like all these... I think they needed that Void so much, honestly. That Void would have been perfect for them.
A solid lockdown, deals well with the Morphling. Are there any like semi-carries that you could pick up that build into that Spirit Vessel? Just add more ways to deal with these kind of healing heroes?
Oh yeah.
Team Secret's turn to ban.
Anti-Mage, alright. I've actually seen this picked a couple of times recently, especially versus Morphling as well. You always think that it might work, right? But at the same time, more often what I see is just Anti-Mage not getting that Battle Fury anywhere on time.
Yeah.
And Morphling just rolling out of control. AM has been changed. Like he has that magic shield, whatever it's called.
Yeah, the
magic armor. Yeah, the one that counters the spell back to you. Yeah.
Spell block, spell shield, whatever. It's
spell shield.
Basically, it's Aghanim Scepter that you can activate, and it's like what, a 3-second cooldown at the end, 1.6 seconds uptime. So
yeah, it's really good.
You have to be really quick with it, and then you can just reflect things like the Morphling Shotgun, which is pretty useful. Witch Doctor Cask, actually.
Cask, yeah, or
Burst Strike too. Yeah.
All these spells are really good if you reflect them. At the same time, though, it's really problematic.
Yeah, I mean, on paper, Anti-Mage shouldn't really be all that good against Morphling, right? It's certainly later down the line, because how will you ever kill him with the attribute shift not costing anything?
It used to be really good. He used to be like one of the main counters, right? Because of the mana, you just blow his mana up, and with the bashes, you take him down.
But no, Morphling just turns into Anti-Mage and burns his mana in turn, right?
Yeah,
And then
or
blink
blinks out, yeah.
know. But hey, if you have the axe setting up, maybe you can do enough damage. Maybe not to the Morphling
10
directly, but to the
seconds
rest of his
remaining.
team. Just take them out first, blink into the backlines, blow up a Witch Doctor. It's a pretty high
5
mana pool,
seconds remaining.
for example. So, and then make it so that the Morphling, if he's the only one left, then all of a sudden gets a lot easier to try and deal with him afterwards. Or you just combo up perfectly every time with the Ancient Apparition.
It's hard. It's hard to just expect to
Dire
combo
team
up properly every single time, right? I love the Monkey King ban, by the way. The hero would be good versus Axe or Anti-Mage. You could basically lane him anywhere, and then you could put Morphling on mid.
Do you look for some more magic burst damage now? I mean, Lina would come to mind.
For Hippomaniacs, Lina
Yeah.
would be actually one of the best heroes, as it works really well versus Morphling.
10 seconds
It also
remaining.
deals with Wisp and Witch Doctor fairly well. It's also a hero that can
5
take you
seconds
throughout that
remaining.
mid games, so that Anti-Mage can farm. You need something that's going to be rotating around with Axe, and another hero that might be alright would be that Invoker with the little bit of everything
Team
build
secrets
right
turn
now.
to pick.
Oh, they go for DK.
Okay.
Alright, so Dragon Knight, it's a hero that's well, a little bit more stable, let's say, than Lina and Invoker. It's very hard to counter him on the lane. I actually expected this to be a Lina because it's just a much more popular pick right now, and they
10
needed that
seconds remaining.
burst versus the Morphling. Right now, if AA's ulti does not connect
5
onto that
seconds
Morphling, I
remaining.
don't see him dying actually. So
Yeah.
that might be an issue for you. However, what this Dragon Knight does bring to the table is some push, and basically when he pushes, he draws attention away from that AM, and they have to deal with the DK pushing. And while they're dealing with that, Anti-Mages may perhaps free farming on the other side of the map. So
Yep.
it is a decent pick in that
Yeah,
aspect.
it's
It
certainly a
does
more
bring them.
defensive way to go about it.
Templar
You may
Assassin.
now
Against a
select
TA
your
though.
heroes.
Seems like a
Yeah.
good matchup for the TA, right?
It's definitely all right. Like there's absolutely no reason why mid one shouldn't have a good lane versus Curry's Dragon Knight. So it's an all right matchup for TA. She doesn't really suffer a lot from the Breed Fire or anything else.
Yeah.
The only problem is once you go and stack or farm jungle, he's gonna go instantly onto your tower and try to take it
Yep.
down. But honestly, yeah, TA is pretty decent here.
Why does the Morphling look like a Protoss probe?
He definitely does, doesn't he? Looks like a pylon.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen that before. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's a good
Do we
good
have-
Protoss
yeah.
set. Definitely a good Protoss set.
I mean, it's Blizzard stuff, but I would actually
Power
really love like a
overwhelming
StarCraft themed.
right there.
Oh yeah. I should really love a StarCraft themed theme sets or like treasures and whatnot. I mean, we had the Warhammer stuff, right? A while ago.
What we had?
Yeah, we had like Warhammer themed things.
Oh yeah.
But it's a little bit different because Games Workshop, they just throw that license around for like an apple and an egg, as we say in Germany. Which means basically nothing. But Blizzard, they're a little bit more protective about their stuff, so probably not gonna happen. But hey, this is as close as we're gonna get apparently as
Yep. Blizzard's very protective about their stuff, like
yeah.
Dota 1, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, biggest mistake of their lives probably, but hey. We're here now, game number 2, Hippomaniacs. They need to win this one if they want to extend the series, try and stick around in the upper bracket of this particular first phase of the major qualifiers. If they don't, of course, they're not out. They will be in the lower bracket final and have to play for elimination then and there. Right after this game, in fact, on this very stream.
Wow, we're gonna stream some more games?
More
Wow.
games, PogChamp. Yeah, the loser of this one versus the loser of Alliance versus OG.
What happened with Alliance OG? Who won first? Do you, any idea?
Good question. I think the second game is on, but there's no score indicator that I can see. So I'm not entirely sure. I would assume OG. Wait, is it on Wikipedia already? Oh wow,
Oh,
what's no
whatever.
Alliance one?
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're gonna cast OG, man. I told you before.
Yeah, you did. You did indeed. 40-minute victory here. They had PA Magnus too. Alright. PA Magnus Oracle Dragon Knight Earth Spirit.
Yeah, so there is a possible game 3 in which Alliance loses, I suppose, but yeah. Alliance is looking really strong, by the way. I like when I said that I'm expecting them to win.
Yeah.
You have to take that with a grain of salt because OG TI winners, but at the same time, no Ana. Didn't play for quite a long time. Alliance playing all the time, practicing, going to lands.
Yeah,
So-
they certainly have the right attitude.
and the right attitude, definitely. Like you can't really just neglect them, and you can't just really say that they are full underdogs there. Anyway, we have our own game on the way. We're gonna see actually Ancient Apparition going with Axe on the bottom lane and Undying plus AM on that top lane. So Undying versus Wisp combination is pretty good because Sand King and Wisp, they're basically both strengths, so they're gonna lose a lot of that HP once those decays hit. Also, the damage is gonna be reduced because of them being strength, right? So they're not gonna hit as hard, but at the same time, you are a melee hero that needs to walk into Sandstorm. And that's not really great.
Well, they have 2 sentries on Undying, so they can prepare for that. Still right-click through that. There's no sentries on the side of Secret, so they can't really engage into the sentry wars just yet. So
he even prepared with 2 sentries. Actually, he prepared himself with 2 sentries to, if in case they devour that first one, he can counter devours again.
30 seconds to battle.
But yeah, they aren't really. They don't look like they care about being revealed.
I'm just gonna see some back and forth here around this particular wound spot, you would think. Third hero coming in, Puppy says hello. And it should also prompt Hippomaniacs perhaps to go aggressive on the other side and secure classic 2-for-2 exchange. That's a Dream also skill blink across, try and get the other one, and oh wait, she actually does, but yep, so already far ahead of him.
Yeah, that was interesting because he saw the Witch Doctor as well, so why do you even blink there?
Yeah.
As you know, that Witch Doctor is running already for it, but yeah, you're now stuck with blink level 1, which isn't horrible. It could be better, I guess. Not really the best either.
At least you have that escape at the ready, but you might find a situation where you can just really use mana break.
Yeah, because you won't need that escape, right? You won't need it. They're probably going to go Sandstorm level 1, and they have Tether level 1 as well, so it's very unlikely that you're going to have to blink out of this lane in the first wave at least.
Well, still got the Undying here, and especially with the IO, it's always so annoying to stay linked to your friend, but also be far enough away from him to prevent the double decay. So far, so good, actually. Undying, Zeni wasn't able to get that down just yet. Meanwhile, down bottom, Saberline, she already with the creep skipping going on. It's kind of low, but Puppy, gotta be careful. Does have the heals going down this early on. It should make the difference here, certainly.
Yeah, he's dealing a lot of damage to Saberlight.
He's gonna win this one. There's more creeps coming in. Fairy Fire comes out. It's kind of running low on mana, but yeah, it looks like Saberlight has to fall back for the time being, stealth up. They have 2 creep waves behind them right now. They can munch on soon.
Yeah, so if you're Saberlight, you want to take these creep waves towards the camp and farm them together with the camp. But actually, this heal is so ridiculously strong. Not only because it's healing Witch Doctor, but because it's healing the creeps as well.
Yeah.
So they aren't falling as fast as you'd consider them to fall, and because of that, this Axe is left with no regen right now, actually.
Yeah,
he just burns through. Yeah, he can give him a tango and a salve, definitely. Top lane, Sand King.
Oh, wow.
It's gone.
Do AM hits level 2, and you can go aggressive.
Yeah, it's not really a hero that you expect to fall here. He didn't skill up Sandstorm though, so I guess they were a little bit too aggressive. And the problem with Wisp level 2 is the fact that you have no overcharge, and if the Wisp isn't being attacked, he can't really heal you as he has full HP. His healing does not work when you have full HP, and that's it.
Yep.
Bottom lane Witch Doctor low, but should be fine.
Yeah, move with the Chilling Touch on cooldown. Being said though, I mean, doing a lot of damage just with normal right clicks in the queue. Even if you don't get the stun on Cold Feet, if you can get a decent amount of time on it, it still does a lot of damage if you consider it. 30%.
It definitely is. I think giving this a little bit of farm here and free experience while the Axe is rotating base to heal up, isn't that horrible for them? It could be worse, I guess. If you're Axe, you definitely want to have the best game possible, right? As you're very tempo based. You want to be setting your own tempo in the game. You want to be basically dominating throughout the mid game, and when you have to run, when you have to take the walk of shame back to the fountain like he just did, it's not awesome for you. But in this match, you have an AA that's also gonna be.
Ooh, what?
There we see some undying dying there.
Yeah,
I
he
guess
tried to
was
deny
trying
himself,
yeah.
or deny quote unquote, to the tower, but Yapsa was a little bit too fast. Actually gets the kill credit. Quite helpful for him, yes. What was it coming? Parts for the urn actually already.
Yeah, he's actually having a really good time here. That turn, oh, DK so low mid.
I'm still looking at the top here, seeing what's going in, but oh yeah, mid one.
Mid one dives the DK, yeah, it's not really a hero that you...
Speaking of diving, Sableye does the same thing again. Now it's level 3, it's a little bit more damaging here. Sinking dies again up top. Supreme has a few more tangos left to heal up afterwards.
Oh, we weren't talking about this mid lane at all. We weren't looking at it because it's basically TA versus DK. You expect them both to be farming. Alright.
The action just starts to mount here in these side lanes. Gotta pay more attention to that, but yeah, just go ahead here. We still need to take a look at this mid lane because 21 to 13.
Yeah, TA is doing so well,
especially.
Especially with that kill that she just got. She's just having such a good time. Actually, mid one is dominating Kari. And if you're Kari, you really want to be the one that has a decent laning stage, not the one that's on the receiving end of the pummeling. So it's not great, definitely. Especially as this TA could be the hero that just propels Secret throughout the mid game. Right, Nisha, goodbye, Nisha.
I caught that by accident here. Sableye, he just called, got 3 spins in a row. Whenever I play Axe, I can't get a single one. But hey, 3 spins, he wasn't shifting,
that's why he's a pro Czechoslovakian Czech player, Czech Republic player.
I'm gonna press that spin button, you know, that's not a call, is it trying to go for a trade. Unisha still hitting pretty damn fast. South comes out, he's juking quite nicely here, but will still be cancelled with the cast coming around. Tried his best, but
top lane
was not enough. Top lane, yeah,
there's some fight happening as well.
Click back and forth. They have no mana left here, neither Yaps or Zai. But
yeah,
did enough damage on already.
Pretty good, pretty good. Overall, if you're Secret, you're still very satisfied with how the laning stage is going. Top lane definitely could have went better, honestly. This AM and Undying have... Well, AM isn't CSing that well. He has 20 CS. His counterpart on the other team, Nisha, has 27.
Yeah.
So it's not horrible. Yeah, especially considering you're playing versus Sand King Wisp. They've done quite well on this top lane.
Look at this too.
Oh, mid lane. Kari again. He's in problems.
Well, he used the stun. He's trying to juke and jive, but... So far it's working out. Another stun coming in.
Use Calling Blade, eat 3 and run. That's it.
He's doing
That's it. Mid one.
He's gonna die. I mean, the kills in the other lanes, but no, there's no way they were as intending as this one. I mean,
oh, Kari, have some mercy, man. I'm still sick. I actually expected him to just hit that right tree there and run through there. That's basically easy escape. He did that in the end, but not before the TA dies.
A real man doesn't escape. A real man just waits for the kill and keeps baiting
calculated,
him in.
Yeah. He calculated that.
It's the health region we're talking about, you know. Now Tombstone up top. They want to try and bring down Zai. He's kind of low. Gets a burst strike off on 2. Supreme's kind of low, but he's still fighting. Zai looks like... Yeah. Just enough of Zeni gets 3 right clicks in, but oh god, the cost finale actually finishes him off. Hell, it's level 2. Just enough. Meanwhile down bottom here, they lose the Ancient Apparitions. Sableye trying to fight, but the shift going on Nisha.
So every time you're trying to kill a core that's tethered to Wisp, you have to first check what Wisp has got in his store, what he has in his inventory. As that Wisp had 1 Fairy Fire, 1 Salve, and 8 to 9 sticks. So it's very, very unlikely that you're gonna kill anyone before he heals them up. So it just didn't happen, and because of that, AM dies first. I actually think Zai didn't use that Salve on time because... not Zai, Yapzor didn't use that Salve on time, as he could have saved Zai if he did. Unfortunately.
Bottom lane. Find him again. Nisha away from forward. Couple more right clicks. She's not fast enough here and hitting for 123. Still I think at 600 health points. This point, Morphling is just getting very, very fat and very powerful. So you can't
Mid
stand
lane,
for those
Curry.
cycles. By the way, did you know that the Elder Dragon form damage over time works against the traps?
Against
Saw that a
traps?
moment ago, yeah. Curry got a right click in on the freshly placed trap, and then afterwards it timed out and got the money.
Yeah, what about mid one dying to that Elder Dragon form on mid?
Yeah, same
And
thing.
top lane,
Ancient
yeah,
Apparition actually got...
absolutely.
What the hell? Kills everywhere. Can we stop for once? We won't talk about
I
this
mean,
shit.
I'm basically like a pro or whatever, and I'm actually having difficulties following up. I see them, I see what's happening. I can actually anticipate these kills, but they're still happening really fast.
That's like, if they happen in 3 lanes at the same time, like, you still have to make a decision what lane to look at.
Yeah.
It's, not easy.
However, Curry, like, kudos to this guy. He completely came back on mid. He's gonna be maybe Doan here now. Nah, he's way too
Cast, not bouncing
tanky.
back.
2 bracers changed with the 6% magic resistance. Like, it's very hard to gank him, so TA has to do the majority of the work, and that's not definitely easy for a TA. She has almost done it twice, but the second time when it blew back into her face. Oh, mid lane again, actually.
Curry kind of low, but they're eating through the Temple Assassin. The cold feet will connect, but they have no detection already. And it doesn't snap her out of the meld.
Yeah, really well played by mid one. Actually, you know what? These things in which he fights, but he doesn't die, as long as he keeps Dragonite away from his tier 1, are really good for Secret, as they do not allow this DK to rotate away from the mid lane. Basically, when you're a Dragonite, what you want to be doing is taking this tier 1. Oh.
Curry has a burst strike afterwards. He's tanky, but he's tanky. Muff this time, no Winter Wyvern, so...
So tanky.
It's not easy to bring him down, but Curry is still very much alive and kicking. Relocate back out in a second. He is taking Yapsa away, but Zai is left for another burst strike, which will finally do the trick.
This guy doesn't really like those quelling blades. He loves trees. He doesn't want to cut down trees, I guess, because he could have escaped there maybe a bit faster if he cut down the trees to the
trees are
to the
important,
north
man.
there.
I mean, even actually, those are very burnt trees. Maybe you want to get rid of them.
Exactly.
Fire hazard at this point, so...
Yeah, maybe something better spawns there, something better grows. Anyhow, mid one is the one that claims the tier 1 on mid, while Nisha claims is claimed by Saberlight.
Sitting at 500 HP, just didn't start the shift in time, so call into an easy dunk. And the tips as well, so trying to tilt him. Not sure Nisha's a tiltable player. But hey. So far so good. I mean, getting these kind of free kills certainly helps. Certainly for an Axe who's kind of fallen behind, 3.2k. Net worth here is trying to re-establish control. It's up top, okay. Blink in from Anti-Mage. Zai with a quick burst strike out. So, with this Anti-Mage, I mean, 3 Wraith Bands, Supreme starting to work on his Battle Fury. It looks like a decent timing if he doesn't get gone on too much going forward. Like, are they still hitting the stride on Hippomaniacs?
Not nearly as well as in that last game. In that last game, they were definitely dominating throughout the laning stage and after it. In this game, they are actually even struggling a little bit. They aren't really hitting those timings, considering TA is completely dominating and Morphling has a decent time on that. Has had a decent time on that lane as well. So it's going to be very difficult for them to dominate in the mid game the way they did. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the lack of stuns coming in. No Axe with Blink Dagger to help them out. They're still trying to go for it here with the Ice Blast connecting onto Yapsa. A couple of right clicks going in. They could even perhaps go for Mana Void, but it would not have been enough. So a lot of time spent.
It's the bracers, man. Bracers. Just
Yeah.
casual bracers everywhere. 2 bracers on Dragonite, 2 bracers on Zai Sand King. Just gives you magic resistance and HP, and this item is really good right now. So overall, I still think that Secret is completely in control. Dragonite has rotated towards bottom to try and perhaps use that dragon form on this tower, but it's not going to be easy, especially if he's alone. He might even fall here.
Maledict is in, cast bouncing back and forth here with the ultimate. Fort can be cancelled. I think Curry should be dead. He's only with a follow from Nisha. Ice Blast way too short. Not sure what they were thinking there, but not that
he was thinking that Dragonite is going to be able to run towards the river, so he casted it a bit shorter. Or he was lagging. Maybe that's that as well.
Yeah, that would be the more reasonable explanation, but either way.
But I think he expected them to follow Dragonite, perhaps even waveform through him, and then in the river the Morphling is caught and maybe turned on by the Dragonite. However, honestly, Hippomaniacs, they have to really consider the way they're playing around this Dragonite, as this hero is that early to mid-game powerhouse with his Dragon form. But the thing is, you actually cannot leave him alone. You can't just let him rotate all alone around the map with his Dragon form and expect him to do work, because he's beefy, but he's just going to be controlled like he exactly was a moment ago. And he's going to be killed off. So if you want to rotate that Dragonite, you need to commit the supports as well. At least one of them. But I think you should do it with both. So Sani and the Ancient Apparition, they should be around that Dragonite, and they should be pushing with him. And it's going to be much easier for them to execute that way. That's basically Dragonite and how you play him. So
well, failing that, you just lacking either the initiation or this control or the follow-up. Seen both things happen right now. But they're just still trying to bite the time, still trying to find some farm for the anti-mage. At least that part is sort of working out. He's the highest farmed hero on the team. Just ever so slightly here with Dragonite taking a spill. But
there's a ulti flying in top.
It's hits
but
on somebody.
What can you do with it?
It's a big one. Does catch on Sand King, but there's no way to actually close the gap on him. Blink Dagger. It's actually on the cards for Dragonite. He's not too far away from it. The Axe, same kind of story, only 100 gold. So once these items come online, maybe Hippomaniacs have more tools to work with to actually put on this aggression that they want to.
Yeah, he's like Blink Dagger on Axe is in what, 50 gold. He needs one more creep unless he dies here, because the eye is actually in the house as well. I see. Oh, he sold one of the stout shields, so he's got it. What does he want to do? He can jump Nisha here, but he needs a ulti.
Yeah.
That's the plan, 100%.
Did they see him?
It looks like they know, yeah.
Well, the cooldown, Burst Strike, relocate in. It's just Yapso by himself coming through. It's Ice Blast coming in as well.
Ice Blast on your
anything.
own Axe.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, yay!
I got my guy, he's dead now. But he's on our team.
Oh,
never mind.
that's our Axe. That's not how it should work.
Top
Top
lane.
lane Dragonite.
It was on a stun, it slowed down just a little bit. Couple of TPs coming in, so don't want to commit on him.
Yeah, this anti-mage is gonna have that, I suppose.
Turn us around, the initiation turns to the Dragonite, they focus on the IO. Nice little counter stun here on the anti-mage, so where's the damage actually gonna come from? It's not there. Mid one now, showing up, couple of right clicks in, Supreme force to blink out. Now there's another Ice Blast disconnect on the TA, but Curry still in a bit of trouble here. Nisha looking for a couple of right clicks, stun does connect now, blink call coming through from Sunlight on 2, they burst down 1, they burst on 2 even though they missed the dunk once again, but that's certainly a worthwhile trade here for the Ancient Apparition, especially when they're not done yet, but looks like Yapso was fast enough.
That was so good from them, but honestly, it's the tankiness of these heroes that allows them to do that, right? They fall back, they fall back, they fall back until that axe is up again, until he ports in and just counters it on Morphling and TA. They have to be a little bit more careful there about if you don't blow someone up, chances are axe is gonna rotate in and call you. So, and Saberlight, like he's proving us 2 games now in a row that he's an amazing axe, and he's definitely able to play against Secrets on their level, so they have to understand that this axe, this Wisp might be
He's going in here, coming together for Supreme, easy kill, the heart is broken. Both TPs coming in from Poppy, Zyke finds a Burst Strike onto Anti-Mage, blink away before Nisha can connect. Then you follow up.
Yeah, and
now all of a sudden, I mean, you have a Battle Fury complete a little bit later than you might want, but still 16 minutes, nothing to ignore. And
this is the problem, though. This is basically the timing that you expect from your anti-mage to have Battle Fury, right? You can't really expect him to have a great laning stage. It's an AM. He's going to be contested. I mean, in this game, he's doing quite fine. And he's got that Battle Fury now finished, around 16-minute mark. But the question is, like, how hard and how fast is he going to be able to get this net worth of his in useful items, right? Your Battle Fury is basically a farming item. It doesn't make you useful. It doesn't make you fight in these mid-game engagements. So he's still going to be farming for the next couple of minutes. And
It starts time at least, so once you get that
yeah,
item
that's
online.
it. Exactly, it's like a Midas or Necro 1 on Arc Warden or something like that. It basically puts you in the game. It activates your hero in a different way.
So what
But
is
the
the
problem
push
is-
capacity of Hippomaniacs now?
Look, the problem is you have this Battle Fury and you're gonna split push perhaps and farm with it, and it activates that, but at the same time, the secret is completely activated and they're on top, they're taking your tier 2, and that's an issue. And now another issue is that if you go and split push, there's relocate in, the split push that you talked about. Like if Saberlight goes mid, if Puppy catches him, they can relocate in like now.
Be gone on right now.
That's
Cards bouncing back once with the Meldic going. Does get the call off just as Sand King connects. Ice Blast grazes a few. Supreme he's trying to finish off Yapso, but he's too slow. He's actually gonna be right-clicked down after another burst strike. They did not execute that the way that they wanted to. Mid one still ends up dropping here, so trying to fight against the Tombstone now. Another cast onto Curry. He's bouncing off towards the creeps. But he's all alone. He had burst strike disconnect on the ancient apparition side, trying to solo him. This Curry just go for the TP out. And okay, the stun was there just in time. So bit of a disaster to say the least.
A little bit.
Just
That's
tiny bit,
as bad
you know?
as it can get, honestly. Only the support survived, right?
Yeah.
So that's like just as bad as it can get if you are Hippos. Especially because your AM died with his item. Like he just got this Battle Fury, he was like, alright guys, I'm gonna go farm him a little bit. Oh, you wanna fight? Never mind, I'm coming. And then he blinks into a death ward.
Yeah, it's
It just gets taken down. You know what? When you see a Witch Doctor channeling that spell, probably not the wisest idea to just run past him. He's... yeah. Just gets destroyed there. So very unfortunate for them, but a little bit of discipline is needed when you're playing AM. A bit more of discipline and knowing your capabilities, your if you overcommit, you just fall there.
yeah. In a game like this, Secret already 5k ahead. They have these kind of heroes that can do really well with this kind of momentum here. Certainly with mid one, he's closing in on his own blink tag, and once you have blink desolator, that hero can just start deleting heroes left, right, and center, which is not ideal to say the least. So all comes in, a little bit more damage to dunk it down. Now Zai taken over. 90x, Meltix is on top.
Run,
There's a
little puppy,
shrine
run.
available here that they might want to go for, but instead they're just fighting Sand King. Move. There it is. Couple of right clicks here from mid one, taking care of him. 2 for nothing so far. Get rid of the Tombstone. Nisha following up. Stuns the Dragon Knight with his own Dragon Tail. It's a bit awkward. And another burst strike forward here. I mean, they're just being pulled apart. They got the Witch Doctor, but at what cost? 4 heroes going down, and NTH isn't even feeling comfortable split pushing. Well, I guess he wants a bounty runs at least.
This is the problem when you're playing with an AM. I mean, they all connect so fast. This is also a problem of playing with a team with so much mobility, such as Secrets. But when you combine that with the fact that you have an AM who's going to be on a different side of the map, just farming all the time, you can be in a lot of problems. And right now, that's the best example possible. They just get destroyed there. And why? Because they jumped a Witch Doctor and they didn't manage to kill Puppy. And they didn't manage to kill him on time. Yeah.
Oh man.
So it's also the fact that they lack damage. If they manage to kill Puppy there on time, perhaps they can just fall back. But instead of just having a clean kill on a position 5, they don't get the kill and they lose 4. But I mean, when you're playing with Puppy in team, if you see him being attacked, you don't want to let him die. You know, he's scary. 2 meters, strong as a rock.
Just gonna throw his headset at your face.
Why didn't you say?
For no reason. Yes. Okay.
AM on the bottom lane manages to port out, so should survive. Has that Yasha now as well. He's keeping up with net worth, but the problem with his net worth and Morphling's net worth is the fact that Morphling, with the items that he's got, he's fighting, he's pushing your towers, he's taking objectives such as Roshan, and he's able to fight properly without falling, without dying. While AM with these items runs to a death ward and just disappears. There's a slight little difference there.
Yeah. Effective net worth is really something else. Still gotta bite for time, or try and play for time here, try and get towards that timing, like the 30-minute mark ideally, where you have Manta Style, where you have Basher, where you can go in and solo kill people.
Yeah, Manta and Basher would definitely allow him to do that, but he's still not there yet. he still is some time away from it. He needs that ultimate orb now. He has the gold necessary, but then if he buys it, he doesn't have a buyback. But the question is, if you have buyback and die, do you even use it here? Is it even good for you? As you're that guy that needs to carry your team, right?
Yeah, sometimes having one life with an extra item is more important than having 2 lives without that item. So she's gonna put the recipe on the courier, picked up the ultimate orb, so it's gonna have that available in a moment. Meanwhile, though, they're gonna lose a tier 2 mid, so map control is gonna be a thing of the past soon for Hippomaniacs, and this makes any life of a split pusher very, very dangerous indeed. Not to mention the rest of the team that's just cut off from farm for the most part. Curry up top. Ooh, Zai saw him. Oh, burst strike! Just short, but does have the Yule Scepter here setting up for the epicenter. Relocate in. This is gonna be a dead lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's problematic. It's very problematic. Your Dragonite now falls as well. And the worst part is the only tower that you have taken is this useless tier 1 on the bottom lane. And while you have a Dragonite, I really think that they didn't execute their strategy properly. But still, I mean the Dragonite strategy properly. But Saberlight, he still has his items. He's still doing fine. He might be the guy. He might be the pride of Czech Republic. He's gonna be the one that saves them from Puppy. Yeah, well, Puppy falls. Some headsets are gonna be thrown. Man, I'm using memes that were like
it's an old
popular
meme,
a year or 2 ago. What are we doing? Man?
It's still a good meme.
Bad.
Come on, I mean,
we're gonna be ass kicked by Puppy. That's what's gonna happen.
probably.
Man,
But,
that
would involve me actually casting an Alan in the first place, I'm pretty sure. Both being gone on here is super low. Does get the Ice off though over on Zai, so if they have some follow-up damage, they can finish him off. It looks like they have just enough of the cold feet connecting. So 1-for-1 in that department with one Canelo on mana, but not Supreme with the Menace just straight up starting to fight against Nisha, but he's doing so much more damage here as Anti-Mage over towards Curry, finding himself in the front line. Saberlight, oh, didn't have to blink! Something put on cooldown or anything, but could not help his friend. Instead, has to blink back home. Still have that axe available though to perhaps take another fight, but you know the fight is coming. Still have the Aegis for like 50 seconds. Mid one's ready to go. You absolutely hit him up. There's the call. Actually catching Nisha at low health points. Saberlight though with Maledicta. Okay, he's down for now. No buyback available, so it's down to Supreme to try and carry before he's really ready. So far with the Ice Blast also kind of shooing them off. And getting a few seconds of respite.
They aren't really able to do that proper combo, right? Axe call into Ancient ulti.
Blink forward. Dr. Zeni just disappears again. Who undying just like last game.
It's the fact that Secret is just playing so fast. They're just all over them every single time. You're just an inch out of position. You instantly
Supreme blinking in, tries to jump Yapso here. That ultimate not quite enough though. Yapso's still alive, you're able to walk it off, but at the same time, also found mid one. That's a good one. Now blink forward, Puppy completely out of mana, just blink in for a dunk. Saberlight with a double kill. He's delivering now as he get enough money coming in for the buyback. Surprising Secret somewhat here, but is that enough?
It's good. I mean, it's a small step in the right direction. You did buyback on your axe, right? But your AM did not fall there, and he's gonna have his basher anytime now. So there are some upsides to that, definitely. And perhaps when he gets that basher, he's gonna be able to blow Wisp up or someone like that.
Channeled here, Supreme. Reflects about reflected the burst strike there with the spell shield or counter spell.
Yeah, that was really well played, right?
And blocks it in terms of back, so you can just stun up the Sand King. You can blink away afterwards anyway.
And they have the smoke as well around this AM mid. So if perhaps Secret tries to go aggressively on him with this TA when she's up in 10 seconds, they're gonna be punished. But Secret should know that they're around him. This is very obvious. However, Axe is in decent position and he's looking for someone that might pour to the shrine.
Yeah. Like Secret's positioning though. I mean, they realize, hey, we used Epicenter, but we also used the relocate. So now we have to stick together in case Hippomaniacs try something fancy. So they're all in this general area.
Radiant's top tower is under
So
attack.
they're just gonna take this area
Radiant
over,
structures
and
are
this is really good.
fortified.
They're basically doing a good strategic move here, as Secret might do the same thing, but in their side of the map, on the dire side, Puppy might fall.
It's the space creator. Not really committing too much on him.
Are under attack.
They're looking for the courier too. Zai, BKB comes through from Curry in the front lines, but Sableye gets the call off, but still down right after here. Curry has been clicked on by mid one. Standing back, you're trying to keep Yaps out of the fight. Meanwhile, Supreme in the front, trying to finish up Zai, but he's in some issues here. Not nicely counterspell once again, though. They'll finish that job, but 3 of his own friends have already been taken care of, so Supreme cannot continue to engage. Meanwhile, mid one with a triple kill, finishing that one off as Move was trying to TP out, but a little bit too much damage over time from these traps, I think.
Yeah. So AM still does survive in that fight. They probably are gonna have to use their buybacks here on Dragonite, but he doesn't have Dragon Form, so perhaps only AA. The problem is you're most likely gonna lose a side here. Yeah, you buy back on Dragonite as well. All right. So you don't lose the side, but you forced your DK to buy back. A DK that has been poor already as it was.
Yeah.
So that's not awesome. But oh, he might just run straight into them.
Smoke will be broken immediately. Right now you basically have a similar situation to last game on Secret, where you have one hero with a crazy amount of net worth and the rest of them not so much. Except Anti-Mage is no Phantom Assassin. You don't really have the ability to just stand there, press your Q button and crit 2 people to death at the same time, but they're gonna try the best anyway. Ice Blast connecting over onto Nisha. Actually need to do some damage, but they need for Anti-Mage. This time no counterspell against the Burrow Strike, so he just straight up drops and they have to abandon. Curry, though,
You have
down.
to
Zai
you have to
walk
commend
forward.
them. Oh.
They're going in here, throws down a stun, but just as much. Or is it? Sableye actually gets 2 in the background. It's only supports. Can they make more of it? Another burst strike down. Zany, he should end up dropping. Only level 12, so no extra tombstone coming through, but just buy enough time for the rest of his team to regroup. Supreme bought back into this, so they want to take this fight, and there it is. Blink into the stun, couple extra right clicks, Sanking with the call. They have enough control. And now Blink forward here onto Nisha. Supreme, he's hungry for blood, and it's because they realize that they need to get something done here. They need to re-establish some sort of momentum.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're gonna get a tier 1 tower, maybe a little bit more. It's gonna be enough to okay. Maybe if they get the Stamina Assassin here, Ice Blast connecting. Just to make sure, not even necessary.
Right, actually what looked very benign, a few deaths on their supports, has turned into 4 of them dying, and perhaps perhaps Hippo's even forcing a buyback from that tier, as they're gonna go for uphill, most likely.
Radiant's middle tower
Form is still up, there's still a quarter of the duration remaining.
They can smell it here. This is a bold play here by Puppy. That's another free kill. This Blink stun doing so much work from Curry here in this last 2 minutes or so.
They're just playing so well right now with the blinks and with the blink stuns from Dragonite and with the blink calls from Axe. They just basically won a side because of that. TA isn't gonna buy back though.
Who would have thought that Hippomaniacs would have wanted to take the first set of racks in this game? If you
Like,
told
we
me that that would happen, then I would just...
Nah, like 5 minutes ago, if someone told us that, like, we'd consider him a fool and we'd pity him.
Radiant's middle barracks
Alright, Yaps are relocated forward for the courier. He can take Nisha back with him, potentially here. Ice
He has a
Blast.
force as well. They are fine.
Ice Blast connected, but I couldn't get in range.
That force staff on Wisp is so good this game as well. But overall, Secret, I think after that fight, they have to realize that they can't really fight any way they wanted to. I think they just got punished for being a little bit too cocky.
Yeah.
It's really decent. The way Hippos didn't really completely lose their just senses. They actually bought back with the AM, they fought and they took a side. The issue is here, are they going to be able to contest this rush? They definitely do have means. They have the smoke as well. And this next Roshan fight is huge for Hippos if they manage to have a decent one. That AM has a BKB, has a Basher, is working towards that Abyssal, so he's gonna be really strong here.
Did you see... they did see Zai down bottom. They see him again down there. They get rid of the vision from the Radiant around the Throsh Pit. There's still a trap inside of it, so can't really sneak in. In fact, Secret already smoked up themselves.
Right, they're gonna smoke up, but if they jump DK, that's not great for them. Like, he's way too tanky and everyone is behind, so they need better targets.
This is very obvious bait. Oh yeah, Dragonite showing up in mids here around the river. Yeah.
You don't really have a proper target if they're smoked up like this. If you could jump and blow up AM, that would be great, but it's very unlikely that you're going to be able to do that. Yep. The thing is, AM, he doesn't have buyback. He bought back in that last fight, so he's your win condition if you kill him. Puppy isn't truly a win condition. He's just a puppy. You basically killed a small little doggo. Like, what? What did you accomplish with that? What? Nothing, really.
And it's being yelled at by people who love puppies, I guess.
Exactly.
He did place a ward, which hasn't been counted out yet. You don't
if
have
you
a gem
get some
or
other
any
kills, though.
sentry wards.
So, on the back of that kill, they might go for this shrine, which is also a huge objective to take, as it allows Radiant to port and defend Rosh. Let's say TA dies in the Rosh pit fight, she buybacks, ports onto the shrine, and can fight again.
Yeah.
But they can't do that right any longer, at least.
Yeah, they got the shrine, they got the tier 2. And if you look at the graphs here, it was like 12k gold lead for Secret at one point, and this is... Yeah, they shaved 10k gold off of that with this one big team fight and Fallout experience. Similar kind of story, and win probability actually favors the Dire now with 74% thanks to the plus. Maybe on mid. Okay, Zany, goodbye. That's the one downside. It's poor Undying. Level 14, no money. It feels bad, man. I can't even get the free stones.
Just Undying. It's like Puppy on the other hand, right?
Yeah, exactly.
On the other side. However, this Roshan, as no Undying is there, they're actually attempting it. Zany is buying back. He understands what's happening. And Secret, they instantly run out.
Yeah, they still don't feel comfortable continuing.
It just shows us in which situation they are right now and how they feel right now, as they know that they can't just truly take that fight any way they want to. They're actually respecting the farm that AM has quite a lot, and that's definitely justified.
They can take it now. They have a DD rune on mid one, and oh god, Saberlight was trying to blink it in. Mid one gets a BKB off in time. The Slender Pistol Blade, Ice Blast connects here, a couple of extra damage. They burst him down. He is out and about. Nisha next on the list, see if they can just do enough damage, and they can. Double kill with the tongue. Nice little epicenter burst strike here. Is it enough damage though? 2 tombstones down. One of the runs from Raided. They're gonna get rid of that first, and now. That's also Poppy. Down for the count. Saberlight finds another blink call on the Sand King. Supreme taken over. Chunks him down. Meanwhile, in the back, they lose the Dragonite after all. Zany next on the list. Nisha trying to do some work, but now Supreme ready to go. Sitting at half health. Focuses on the IO. He is done, but mid one, we're just waiting for that. Taking over the front line. Supreme down for the count. Now all of a sudden, Saberlight finds himself alone. A lot of buybacks have been expended on the side of Team Secret.
Anti-Mage like buyback in 2 minutes, Dragonite buyback in 1 minute, so you're gonna have that Dragonite probably with the buyback if they don't decide to go for Throne, which they just might, and they just got outplayed strategically. They have had a perfect initiation there. Excuse me, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't great, but they do kill mid one, they do kill Nisha afterwards, so it was good enough for them, but they fought without buybacks, and that's what happens. You fight without buybacks, they buy back, they come back in, and now suddenly you're losing your axes, and they're pinging the tier 4s. They definitely can opt to go for that. Dragonite is gonna be up soon, but there's only... there isn't a lot that he can do.
Try and slow him down, yes. Nice little call onto 2, and with the Ice Blast connecting, they actually bring down Nisha. Now the counterplay there for mid one, trying to bring down move in exchange, but Ghost Scepter will keep him safe. Mid one still taking the front line. Puppy just dies at the end after all, but I don't think mid one can do this alone. Not against another blink call. There it is. Wolf taking over the follow-up Q, perhaps here. Mid one pops the BKB, but Saberlight doesn't have the Dark Section cooldown.
Mid one, if he falls here, this could be game, actually.
Yeah, he still has to run, but Blink Dagger couldn't keep it on cooldown.
He should be able to get
a blink forward. SW starts to work through this refraction. Another TP into the shrine.
Oh, the call is good!
Catches him behind the trees! And that's 2 heroes down without buyback. All of a sudden, the tables have turned. Secret going for the juggler right there. May have made the biggest mistake of this game.
It's Axe and A. Finally, they managed to have a good combo off on Morphling. Sand King is doing the right thing, though. He's epicentering the creeps, but also the...
Forcer forward, the Yule's kind of keeping him back, but... the rest of Hippomaniacs already returning, so they do keep Ancient Apparition alive, but damage has been done. They slowed down this push.
Yeah.
Now they're checking out
Did
Roche.
manage
They
to
can
do
still
that.
bring down this one.
Exactly. So they're not gonna be able to go for the juggler instantly like Secret tried. They're not gonna be able to go for that throne, but they will have a cheese and Aegis. And also keep in mind that this AM is gonna have a buyback.
Yeah.
Most likely he's gonna farm it, and Kari is also gonna have that buyback. So you're gonna be playing with Aegis.
Big boss plays from Zai. Is he gonna
Let's
do
see.
it?
Let's see.
There it is! Burst Strike comes in, but Roshan's not dead just yet. But he
He
does get
seals
the
it.
right click and the Aegis!
All right, he's got the Aegis.
He's gonna die, but damn, that was worth. Cheese
Wait,
picked up by Dragon
no.
Knight though, and was there
I'm
a
not
shot?
certain that was worth actually, because he has no buyback.
Ah, that's true. Maybe it wasn't worth.
Yeah, he's their only control in these fights, and he's without a buyback. And 30 seconds without TA, this can be really problematic. They still don't have buyback, nowhere close on Morphling. Like 4 minutes remaining.
Who needs
TA is
side
down for TA is still down.
Rex
This-
mean
this-
nothing in lizZard. Drone means everything. They're gonna go here, start working away at these T4s. Blink stun over towards the Morphling. Follow-up call. Trying to do some damage. Ice Blast connecting here. They just need a little bit more. Nisha, he might even take out inside the fountain. But nah, it's not maybe not powerful enough. Turns into Anti-Mage, so there's more magic resistance. But it's not enough. He still takes out. Muff gets
This
it.
is game. It's over. They won.
Another blink, another stun, another follow-up here, another call. Time and time again, the same combo. It just started working, it never stopped. Therefore, doing a lot of work actually with that. But damn, this is
Where
over.
you at
GG
now?
is called Secret. They
Where
fall,
you at now,
Hippomaniacs
chat
tied
haters?
up once more.
Where you at?
Where are
you
you
at
now?
now, chat?
Exactly.
Where you at now, chat?
Cannot underestimate these boys.
Yo, wait, let me just read this sentence. Yukino just wrote, of course he doesn't see what we do because the stream is behind, but what he just wrote is, I'm a Secret fan and not even mildly worried that they will lose.
We've seen
Alright.
Roche fight again, no, like the Roche steal from Zai, which as it turned out in the end, sidelined him for the longest time, so. Whew. What a game.
Yeah, Hippomaniacs take it. I never doubted them for a second though. I always was on their side. But overall, Team Secret really, they were baited in. Hippomaniacs, man. They didn't do a single axe call plus ancient apparition ulti
Oh, yeah.
combo because they were waiting for that. You know, it's like, let's make them think
It's
we
mind games,
can't use our spells so that we use them when it's actually necessary, you know?
But it's the most impactful, yeah.
Then we win. It's mind games, man. It's Czech Republic mind games. I'm done.
Well, it worked out. We're gonna go to a game 3. I'll take a short break, but we'll be back soon. Stay tuned.